Somebody come get 'em. They're too old for TikTok.
Hello, and welcome to Too Old for TikTok. We have a wonderful episode in store today. We have a lot happening on drama talk, which sometimes we have nothing, but there's a lot of drama going around. Something's in the air. So we'll get to that amongst other things. How are you, Catalina?
You know, I have a theory on why it's drama talk.
Why?
The other day I was in a yoga class and our teacher gave the floor to some rando in the class who wanted to talk about eclipses.
Oh.
And said rando went on to tell us that it's eclipse season.
Oh, that's why there's drama going on. Is that like the moon is aligning somehow in a certain way with the stars and the sun? Is that...
I mean, I think it's something is covering another thing, right? Eclipse.
Is it like Mercury in retrograde, or this is something different?
I think it's more extended. Look, if you Google eclipse season, why you should avoid major life decisions during eclipse season.
Oh.
It's a period that recurs roughly every 6 months when the Earth, Moon, and Sun align in a way that allows for a solar or lunar eclipse. It means, in astrology, cosmic energies related to karmic turning points and destined paths.
Wow. When is this? When are the dates for this?
Now.
Okay, well, hopefully there's an end in sight.
Now. Let me see what the dates are. The second eclipse season of 2025 started on September 3rd. It's around 35 days.
Oh, wow. The whole month of September, eclipse season. Well, now we know why there's so much drama happening.
Well, it's about karmic realignment, but this woman also was like, eclipse season is all about endings and, you know, all my greatest losses have happened in eclipse season. My father died. This is all, mind you, before we start doing yoga. My father died.
Oh, God.
I lost my relationship and I lost my home.
Oh,
and then she was
horrible.
like, but now I'm better for it. And I'm like, are you better? I don't.
Well, that's a good attitude to have, good outlook. Wow, but how was the yoga class?
No, it was good. It was a weird start.
But I'm glad it was a good yoga class. I went to Maine this weekend, and what a lovely time I had. I ate more lobster than I've ever eaten in my life, and one that, no one should consume the amount of lobster we consumed. It was a lot. But I needed to try all the lobster rolls and all the lobster things, and we just had a great time. I love Maine.
Yes, I have some follow-up questions. Were you, sick of lobster?
In a way, yes. And I thought, the last morning we went to this diner and I thought, I'm going to get regular diner food. But when I saw the lobster omelet on the menu, I thought, when in Maine, I have to get it.
When in Maine.
And I got the lobster the one last time and it was still so good. But now I'll be happy if I don't eat lobster for another year. Let's put it that way.
I have two more follow-ups. One is inquiring minds must know. Ballpark, how much money? Because lobster is a high-ticket item.
Yeah.
How much money do you think you spent on lobster in the weekend? Just lobster, nothing else.
Yeah, the rolls, I would say they averaged about $30 to $40 a roll. So let's say between me and Ben, we shared all the rolls. We got some roll flights. Maybe $300.
Okay. I guess that... I don't
Maybe
know
less, actually. Yeah, I don't know. I could tally, but not more than $300.
I mean, I feel like I get one lobster roll a year, per season. I like to have my summer lobster roll,
right.
And every time I'm sticker shock on.
Yeah,
but it's an expensive
item. I think the omelet was $30 for an omelet. Expensive, but it had a lot of lobster in it.
Well, that's good. At least it was a lot. My second comment is that you sent us something. I don't know if you sent us a TikTok, but somehow I started getting Portland, Maine TikToks.
Oh, interesting. I didn't send you any. It must be because they're reading our group chats.
Well, I think it's because I was Googling all the restaurants that you were sending pictures of.
That's probably
and
why.
I was looking at the menus, and maybe, I don't know if I turned off the, you can't track my business on other websites.
Yeah, clearly not.
But damn, Portland, Maine, they have a really nice food scene.
Oh, it was amazing. We loved it. We had not one bad meal. And and the weather was lovely. I highly recommend going after Labor Day because the weather's perfect, but it's not peak season. So it's not busy. And we still were able to go to a beach and do walking trails and just have a jolly old time.
And I think you made a very wise decision because I had this idea where I was like, oh, what if I went to like if I was like doing like a trip before having a baby, what if I went to Hawaii? And then I was like, I wouldn't want to do that because then I want to eat poke.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot I couldn't have. There was a lot of crudos I couldn't have.
Yeah.
But, you know, for the most part, lobsters is a go. So that's the main thing. Yeah.
I think you chose wisely.
Yeah, for food.
Excellent.
Well, shall we go into the talks of the day, of the week?
Most certainly.
So on my For You page, I'm definitely on the running side of TikTok, but this has been all over. Even people.com has reported this. It has millions of views. And it's a video that Katie Vallejos posted, and it's her running a marathon and asking her boyfriend for snacks. And her boyfriend says, I ate the snacks. You have no more snacks. And she's like visibly upset. Here's the audio.
I don't have any. What the fuck? You had one job. I know.
So what she thought, I think, would be funny is taken like, no, your boyfriend sucks. Like, you shouldn't be eating the snacks as a marathon goer.
Was it her boyfriend or her husband?
I believe boyfriend. And then we have an opinion video.
Not like it matters.
Yeah, same. They're in a relationship. The opinion by Kelly Mac J has 1 million views. I think a lot of people agree with this.
I saw a TikTok of a woman who's running a marathon, so she gave her boyfriend snacks for him to give her at different points in the marathon. And then when she asked for some of the snacks, she's literally running the marathon, and he goes, oh, I don't have any. And then the caption says that he ate them all. He ate all of her marathon snacks. He's not running it, by the way, BTW. And by the way, comments are turned off, so I'm just waiting for her to post the defense video where he's a great guy. He's so silly. It was so funny. I don't care. LOL. I'm hoping that actually, like, there'll be a dream, and she'll be posting, oh, that's actually my ex-boyfriend now, because that's insane. She trained for a marathon. A marathon training takes months. Like, it's not something that's like easily done. She's running this amazing feat, and she asked her boyfriend to do one thing and bring snacks for her, or have the snacks for her. It sounds like she got the snacks for him, and all he had to do was just like give them to her at different mile points. She was like, thank God for the aid stations. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. She also probably trained with these specific snacks, so she knows like what fuels her body correctly, and he chose to eat them. Not only is he sabotaging your marathon, he like genuinely doesn't care about you, because during a marathon you need like electrolytes, and you need these things to like help keep you going. And there's gonna be people in my comments saying it's not that deep. I don't care. You're right. Whatever. Like, it's not that deep. That's why I'm making a TikTok about it. But regardless, like, it's weird. Why are you with someone who genuinely doesn't like think and care about you? Like, if he's starving, he's not running it. He can go get a snack off the side of the street and then meet her back and give her the snacks. Like, he literally, in the video, it says he ate them all.
Yeah, I got this video.
Yeah, I mean, if Ben did this, I'd be very upset. He would never, though. But also, if I were to post a funny video about, like, I think she thought people would think it was funny, but I just don't know. It wasn't satire. Like, he really did eat the snacks.
Maybe they have a relationship, and in the context of their relationship, that type of joke would make sense.
Maybe. That's reaching.
But to most laymen, just like, you know, we don't know anything about your relationship. We don't know about your sense of humor. And also, you're so tired and stressed, like, your body is under stress. I just can't imagine someone making a difficult thing and a plan that you had, like, intentionally messed up.
Intentionally, yeah. Like, you chose to eat those snacks. Like, he chose. He had a choice. He could have not and went with the plan and fed his girlfriend while she was running a marathon, but instead he ate them all. Rude.
That's just, no. I actually think I got the reaction video and swiped away like kind of quickly because I was like, this person sucks. Bye.
Yeah, exactly.
not the person doing the reaction video, like the guy.
Yeah, the boyfriend.
This tends to happen. I've seen this. This is common on TikTok where some video occurs where a man is behaving badly in a relationship, and then the woman just like keeps doubling down. Has she been doing a lot of doubling down?
No, I don't think so. At least I haven't gotten an update about it. This Kelly, whose opinion was that the boyfriend is terrible, was saying like maybe she'll post a video like I dumped him, but that hasn't come up yet. I think the stance of the woman who ran the marathon was like, I posted this and it was supposed to be a funny video, but clearly it's not.
No, not funny. Don't fuck around with my snacks.
Don't fuck around with snacks. But speaking of snacks, My next video on my For You page is really perfect for me. It's by @matcha.mix about the hierarchy of sprinkles.
We have a very big problem in the online space, and it's that there's not enough rigorous discourse going around about the hierarchy of sprinkles. So I'm going to be the one to spearhead that conversation. First off, we got the flat circle sugar ones, usually rainbow, but they can also come as like seasonal ones like Halloween or Christmas flavored sprinkles. These are low, if not the most abysmal type of sprinkle you can get, because not only do they not have a very good flavor profile, but they also are very misleading. Like the Halloween flavor does not really taste meaningfully different than the Christmas flavor, which leads me into like the sugar flavored sprinkles where it's just like straight up sugar. These ones are really bad. There's not really much to say. They don't really add much to anything. Then we got the chocolate cylindrical sprinkles. These ones are among the best. However, I do think that people that will say that these are the best are liars. I think they're lying to themselves, and they like to think that they have a more refined taste palette when they don't, and they want to think that they're above the rainbow sprinkles. Which leads me into talking about the rainbow cylindrical sprinkles, because these ones are clearly the best. If you describe the flavor profile of these sprinkles, it's kind of like cylindrical sugar noodles, like very small micro sugar noodles, which is true. Really, there's a lot more to these sprinkles than meets the eye. There's a lot of food dye that goes into these, and if you think that these do not have the most refined taste of sprinkles, I'm sorry that your palate is not refined enough to taste the subtleties of like red 40 versus like blue 32. These are among the best sprinkles you can get.
So you can't visually see the sprinkles, but he is spot on. The flat circle bad, the sugar sprinkles too hard.
I feel like they melt weirdly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And chocolate sprinkles, just no.
Fine.
Give me
I'll do
the
'em.
rainbow cylindrical sprinkles. I love them. And actually, in Maine, I went to this gelato place in Kennebunkport, and they had artisanal sprinkles that came in a little box, and they were Dutch. They were from the Netherlands. I'd never seen them. They were cylindrical, but they were softer, and I thought, I won't like these. But they were really good. I loved the texture.
I am about to blow your mind, Dina. You don't know about this?
What? Tell me.
The Dutch tradition.
What's the Dutch tradition?
There is a Dutch snack tradition. I need to look up the name of it, but essentially it's white bread
With the sprinkles.
untoasted butter and those sprinkles.
Oh my God. Yes, this is ringing a bell. I had forgotten this. Mm-hmm. Wow. I need to maybe go to the Netherlands.
Well, when I was in the Netherlands most recently with my friend Charlotte, who's
We
Dutch,
love Charlotte.
and she was feeding her child, and then I like started asking her about the sprinkles thing, and we made like a janky version of it, and like because not janky in the sense that it was like a nice bread, but she had the sprinkles, and people like rag on it, and it is objectively like visually horrific, but if you're a sprinkles lover, and like you said, the sprinkles that they're using are really nice.
Yeah,
like
it's
I don't
good
know if it's that
sugar.
they're like legitimate chocolate or what's
It's
going
not
on with
chocolate.
them.
No. It was
They're
like,
long and they like melt. Wait, maybe
It's the
you do
texture.
toast it. I think you decide. I think it's kind of like your preference whether or not you toast it. I'm gonna look up the name and I won't be able to.
I'm going to look up the
pronounce
name
it.
of the sprinkles because I took a picture of them.
Oh, it's called Hagelslag.
That's the name of the sandwich.
It's both the name of the sandwich and the sprinkles.
Oh, these-
So Hagelslag are small, oblong, sweet-tasting chocolate sprinkles or granules.
Oh, mine were in
that
chocolate.
are a few millimeters long.
I think you could get them in rainbow. And this brand that I had was De Ruyter. And now that you say it, the picture on the box is the sprinkles on a bread, but they're colored sprinkles. They're not chocolate.
Oh, well,
I'm showing Catalina a picture now. Look at this.
there. Oh, is that a picture you took?
Yes.
What's under the sprinkles?
That's
Or is it on your ice
That's
cream?
what's on my ice cream.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was looking at bread.
No, okay, the box has a picture of bread, so it's really showing how they eat the sandwich with the sprinkles in
Hagelslag.
the Netherlands, and then my picture is my ice cream with those sprinkles on them.
I am also a huge sprinkles lover. I have a giant shaker of rainbow sprinkles at my house. And I'm big into when you have ice cream, always put sprinkles on it.
Always put sprinkles. There was a gelato place by the hotel I was staying at in Maine, and it was free sprinkles. Not only that,
Interesting.
it was, even if you got the smallest size gelato, you can put as many flavors as you wanted in it, which is my dream.
I love that.
So
I love
it
that.
was the best. I think it was called Fiasco. So I put 3 flavors in a little one, and I got the sprinkles, of course.
That just reminded me, I went to a gelato place in Spain this summer, and all the gelato was melting because like their air conditioning wasn't working.
That's so sad.
And so I tried to order one. He was like, you can't have that one because it's melted. And I was like, okay. So I ordered another one, and then it was basically also melted.
But you love soup ice cream. We've talked about that before. So
I used to
perfect.
microwave my ice cream. And like, ooh, with a sprinkle, it's cereal.
Yeah.
My final thing to say on this, and then we can move on, is that gelato plus sprinkles sounds odd to me. Like, it doesn't sound like the best pairing, but I'm open to it.
It depends on the flavor gelato. This gelato was more like ice cream flavor. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't your
And I think texture. For me, it's more the texture.
Yeah, well, I'll get sprinkles on anything.
But those hard circle sprinkles are an abomination.
Absolutely
if
not.
you even come near me with those things.
Get them away.
Get them away.
Okay, next is a video, and we've featured this creator before, Huge as Mammoth. They're great, and it's about Nicole Kidman and the AMC video.
A very disturbing thing is happening at the AMC theaters, and I'm here to tell you about it because that's what I do. I do on-ground journalism on this app. A few days ago, I went to see a movie at the AMC theaters. The trailer started playing, I was easing into my seats, and then the couple dancing and drinking Coke, that ad came on the screen. And I groaned, and I rolled my eyes like I usually do. But deep in my soul, I knew I was going to be okay because Nicole Kidman was going to come next and tell me that heartbreak feels good in a place like this. And lo and behold, Nicole Kidman did show up. But you know what? She didn't even say heartbreak feels good in a place like this. They have shortened the ad so much that it's a completely different thing. And that ruined my whole evening. Somebody posted a clip of what they show now, and I'm going to play for you next. Please be aware, it's very disturbing.
This big screen is magic. It can make small moments feel huge, fantasies feel real. Great stories belong here. AMC Theaters. We make movies.
Why can't they remove the couple dancing and drinking Coke ad instead of shortening the Nicole Kidman ad? Just show us the full uncut thing. I hate this.
I totally agree with this. I saw a movie recently, and I got the abbreviated Nicole Kidman clip, and I was devastated. Bring back the long one. Some of my favorite movie-going experiences. I've had people in the audience clap after Nicole Kidman. I've had people recite it with her. It's just a unifying experience, and we need it back. None of this shortened one.
I agree with you. I don't go to the movies as often as you, and I certainly don't go to AMC. I don't even know if there is an AMC near me.
I'm sure there is. It's a huge chain.
But I have a very nice independent theater.
That's amazing.
You can pay $14 a month and see unlimited films.
That's incredible.
And they're new releases.
I love that.
I know, but I don't do that.
You don't have time. You're a very important professor.
I could make time, but I'm busy.
It's okay.
I choose not to. And you know what? We all have choices in our life.
Let's move on to your For You page, Catalina.
Okay. There is a user named Jay Lazbnik. Who knows? Who's to say? There's a nice gentleman from Los Angeles, and he did a video where he says he wants to go on a slut tour of Ohio.
I want to do a slut tour of Ohio. A presentation by me, Johnny Lazepnik. Why do I want to do a slut tour of Ohio? Well, I've been on a lot of dates, and every guy I've liked in Los Angeles has been from the great state of Ohio. Additionally, none of the men here seem to have a job at all. Lastly, feels like a solid bit. I think it would be really funny if I were to say, hey, sorry, I can't make that lunch. I'll be on my slut tour of Ohio. Here's the plan. I'm gonna buy a month of Hinge Premium. I'm gonna set up a lot of dates with employed corn-fed men. I'm gonna go to the great state of Ohio, go on those dates, and tear through it like a slut hurricane. Finally, I'll drag the best one I find back to Los Angeles and make him my boy wife.
So this video was at the end of August that he released it, whatever. And it went viral, got a lot of interactions, and he has come to Ohio now, and he's currently in Columbus.
Has he moved?
No, he wants to come to Ohio. The idea is come to Ohio. He explains.
Meet a man.
I'm going to go to Ohio. I'm going to go on a bunch of Hinge dates. I'm going to find a nice Ohio man and bring him back with me to Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah. I saw one of the videos where he went on an actual date.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he has been posting, going on actual dates, and also he's in Columbus and he's like down the street from where I live and just like posting all of his stuff that he's doing in Columbus. And it's so funny to see it because he's loving it. He's living for it. I mean, it's great promotion for Columbus.
It really is.
He also went on a date with a guy who's running for like city council.
I love that.
Because I think that their like campaign manager is like a TikTok user and saw and was like, you need to go on a date with this guy.
Yeah.
An amazing video. He's been having a grand old time. He's making lots of friends. And I was just like, wow, that is the attitude you need just going to a new city where you're just like, show me everything here, because everyone is so positive in the comments. They're all giving him amazing recommendations.
Yeah.
And like he's having an excellent time.
I'm sure he's just tapped out of the LA dating scene, and Columbus is just a breath of fresh air.
Well, I think that when you live in one of the major US cities and you go to a second, let's be real, third tier city, sometimes you're like very taken aback that there's fun and cool things to do there. And so I think that it's like a fun way of seeing what's interesting about lesser known places in the United States and the much maligned Ohio. I'd also like to tell you, Dina, that a friend of mine was listening to our podcast and said that she wants an Ohio segment. So
Wow, okay. Well, your For You page is basically an Ohio segment, so there you have it.
Wow, this is rude. My For You page is an Ohio segment.
It truly is.
I don't think that this is very equitative. I can't even say it. This is not equity.
Okay. Well,
Equitive? Hold on.
equal?
Having a stroke. No, there's equality and there's equity, Dina.
Oh, God.
Equity is about fairness without it necessarily that everyone gets the same thing. It's about having equal outcomes.
Everyone knows what equity means. What word
I
are
don't
you
know.
trying to
You
say?
just said equality. I was trying to say equitative.
Is that a
I was
word?
trying to make an adjective out of
But
it.
is that an actual word?
Equity? I don't know. Adjective. It is in Spanish. Equitable.
Equitable. There you go. I'm glad we reached that. Okay. Moving
Cool.
on.
Moving on.
What else you got on your free page?
Next one is a video by Bob the Drag Queen talking about going to the Lady Gaga concert and counting the amount of times that she was going to say, put your hands up, and other versions.
Headed to Mayhem, the Mayhem Ball. And I got this little counter. I'm gonna count how many times Lady Gaga requests that we put our hands up. I'm counting. Put your hands up. Put your paws up. Get them up. Anytime it seems clear, hands up. Anytime it is clear to me that she's wanting us to put our hands in the air.
Put your motherfucking hands up.
You have a prediction?
Oh. 131.
I would say 45. Well, we're gonna find out. You will have an answer when this is all done. Bree, what's your prediction? How many times? 15? What's your page? What's your prediction?
76.
What's your guess?
9.
9?
Wait, is that high?
Nope, too late. You locked it in. Final tally. 88 times. I got told us to put our hands up, put our paws up, put them up 88 times. I did include the 4 times she sang it in the song Applause, to be fair. But there you go. So make sure your arms are rested when you go see Mayhem.
I'm wondering, Dina, as someone who went to the Lady Gaga concert, did you register this?
I love this because, yes, and at my concert, it was always like, put your fucking hands up. Like, she was screaming at us. And when you drop the F-bomb in there, it's like she really does want you to put your hands up. So it registered to me because there were like kids in the audience, which is, it's fine. Like, say, curse, whatever, it's your prerogative. But it's so funny because it's like, okay, we're putting our hands up, like, stop yelling at me,
We're doing
it, Lady Gaga. And the fact that it was 88 times, like, not surprising to me. It was a lot. You know what, she knows how to command a crowd, though. I like good for her. Tell me to put my hands up. Tell me how to act at the concert. Like, it's your concert and you're creating the vibe. And she created a great vibe.
That was not put your hands up, but when I went to Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan here in Columbus, the amount of times they said Columbus was just like, okay, we get it. You know where you are right now.
That's really funny.
I was like, it's okay.
Yeah.
So crowd work, the choices that artists make when they're doing crowd work are always amusing, and I really enjoyed this video. It's also so smart of Bob the Drag Queen, because I feel like going into it, like I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, it's like there's so much content of the Lady Gaga concert. This is such a unique spin on it, and then it's the perfect like beginning, middle, end, because you want to wait and see how many times he clicked his little clicker.
Yep.
It's great.
88. I need a clicker.
Also, when he was asking all the people for their predictions, it was every influencer possible. It's like, I recognize
like TikTok
it was all
influencers,
TikTok influencer. He must have been in like a TikTok influencer section, so it was fun to see who he got to ask and who he got to see the show with.
I also don't know what I would have guessed, because 88 sounds like so much to me. I guess you're saying, how long is a Lady Gaga concert?
It was like 2 hours.
Okay, so that's 120 minutes divided by 88. Is that how I would do the math?
That's to figure out how many times per minute she would say it.
1.36 times. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. What is the equation?
What are you trying to figure out?
If she said it 88
how many
divided by 120. So she almost said it every minute.
Right.
That's funny.
I think she was on for a little longer, but even so.
It was like once every 2 minutes she was saying it.
Yeah, exactly. That is funny.
That's perfect.
Okay, moving on to our drama talk section. We have a video by an Airbnb host. Now, her name's Raina Tart. This was sent by Ashley, friend of the pod. Thank you for giving us this topic this week. Now, Raina Tart has defended herself because there is someone who booked her Airbnb specifically and broke the rules according to Raina. Let's hear Raina's take.
Hi, my name is Raina Tart. I'm a real estate agent and I also own Airbnbs and I do this for a living. I'm the one that actually went viral on TikTok regarding about kicking out a bride. So I'm here to tell my story because I think it's really, really important for everybody to know, because I've been being harassed like nonstop, and I don't think that's right, because as you know, people only react on what they see. So I think it's better to tell my story. I've got a booking that was booked by a man checking in on September 12th, and on the booking it shows only 2 people in there. And, you know, as a host, I would like to communicate with my guests prior to them coming over, just to give them a reminder about how to check in. So on September the 12th, before check-in, I sent a message to the male booker and send him the information on how to check in. And I also tried to confirmed also on my message that I saw that there's only 2 of you and we are so excited to host both of you. And then I got a message from a woman, which is the guest, saying thank you. I said, okay, everything's okay. So that's the 12th. The check-in time is at 3 o'clock p.m. The second day, which is September the 13th, I got a message from the female guest telling me, letting me know that there's going to be people coming over and there's going to be a lot of cars, and she just want to make sure that I'm aware because it's her wedding day. And this is new to me. I didn't know there's going to be a wedding or she's going to be a bride. She never communicated to me regarding wedding.
So the person who booked it was having a wedding and wanted her wedding party to get ready at the Airbnb. Now, what do you think of this, Catalina?
I think a lot of things are going on in this video / ecosystem of videos. So I never saw the original Brides video.
Neither did I.
But so I can't speak to how she set it up, but essentially I watched maybe part of the host video before I was like, I hate this person.
She repeats, she repeats herself a lot in the videos. Yep.
It's too long. But basically, here's my take. Both are wrong.
Yes.
Both are wrong for various reasons. On the one hand, you have an overbearing Airbnb host, clearly, which we have users like the Don Dada pointing out.
I just watched a response video from the Airbnb host. If y'all want to look at it, her name is Raina Tart. And all I have to say is that she has way too many rules. If that place is so sacred to you, I think you need to take it off Airbnb. She does not want people parking on the street. She only wants 3 cars in the yard. The lady communicated with her and told her, hey, the venue would not allow my girls to come in early to get dressed and all of that. I need them to come to the Airbnb and get dressed. She clearly stated that. She did not ask them to stay. The lady got on the video and was like, oh, you guys only told me 2 people were staying there. The bridal party was not staying there. They were only there to get dressed. She told them, oh, you need to go find somewhere else. She said, why am I going to get somewhere else that they're only going to be there for 3 hours? Like, what is the problem with that? Like, I don't understand it. And I get it. That's your place. You want to have all of these boundaries, and that's fine. You are allowed to have your own boundaries. But if it's going to be like that, I don't want it. Mm-mm.
So a lot of people are saying, like, this lady is wild. She's requiring way too much for an Airbnb. It's not too big of an ask. The major asks that the woman, like, points out when she's talking about it from her perspective are that the bride had not disclosed that it was her wedding. It had been a man who had booked the Airbnb reservation, that she told her that there would be, she wasn't asking, she was instructing that there would be the whole bridal party getting ready. There was going to be a certain amount of cars in the driveway, and basically saying, like, no, you can't do that. When she showed the screenshots, this is the host, the way that the 2 people were speaking to each other was like, it was escalating so quickly. It was like one person who's just like making assumptions, like things are fine, not asking permission. And then the host being like, I'm calling the sheriff.
Right, exactly. But the host never did call the sheriff. So my take also, and the host did go on to say that she, because of this person, the bride, posting TikToks about it, like she's getting threats and death threats and people are saying racist comments. I don't support that at all. That's insane to do to someone. But I do think as an Airbnb host, and I agree with the creator, the Don Dada, that there's too many rules. And if you're so precious about your Airbnb, don't put your thing on Airbnb.
Well, I also think this is a sensitive subject because people are already primed to be angry about all of the rules that happen when people stay at Airbnbs. Now, this other creator who responded, I'm Lori, highlights some other points that she found kind of absurd.
This whole Airbnb situation is a hot mess. Now watch Miss Raina's side. And mind you, I hate when someone posts something and don't let nobody comment on it. Because honestly, I understand her point. She is a micro Airbnb host. Shorty lives across the street. And I beg of you, any person that lives across the street or lives next to a property that they're Airbnb, they are watching you. But Miss Raina had some rules. She had rules and they broke them. Because best believe I'm not staring at no Airbnb that requires me to give you the IDs of every single person that visits, comes through, stops by. Like, no thank you. Do you need the delivery guy's ID? Like, no. Because honestly, think about it. Why does she need every single person's ID that's staying at her house if they're not on the rental agreement? Anyways, she only allows a certain amount of people in her rental, a certain amount of people to park outside, and a certain amount of people cannot park on the street. There's just a lot of rules, and I forget Airbnb hosts lack this. Hospitality, comfortability. Because what Raina said is true. This is her baby. She loves at home. That's exactly why she threatened to call the cops on those people. Now, mind you, I don't like that she didn't provide any of these hurtful messages that they sent her, because the message that she said or posted when she said that was actually very nice. But anyways, hotels forever. Because best believe, if you're in a hotel and you have a glam team coming to do your hair and makeup, the hotel is not being like, not so many people, unless you're making a noise issue. But what do you guys think?
So the one thing that she points out is that for the Airbnb host to require IDs on the part of everyone who's going to be at the Airbnb, that's actually really common practice in cities where, particularly like when I've stayed at Airbnbs in Europe.
Yeah, Europe, for sure.
There's like license requirements.
But in the US, it's not a normal thing.
Yeah, I think that when you book an Airbnb, read the rules before you book the Airbnb. Take a temperature on how extreme this person is. and then decide whether or not you want to
Also,
deal with
okay,
that.
the one thing I didn't like that the bride kept saying is, what am I supposed to tell my dad? Like, ma'am, if you're the one coordinating with the Airbnb, don't go saying, that's not the Airbnb's job to say what you're going to tell your dad. Like, that's an unhinged, immature thing to do.
Well, that's the other reason why I think both are clearly at fault here and are stupid, because one of them is like being super extreme, and like I get like you want to protect your property, but it's like to a point that's paranoid, evidently. And the other one, it's like, you're having a wedding, and okay, some people are in the comments saying like you don't need to tell someone that at the Airbnb that it's like your wedding, but I feel like if I'm planning and have been planning to have this Airbnb be where we're getting ready for this wedding, I'm at the very minimum gonna make it clear that many people are going to be using the space. I just think that like a lot of Airbnbs have rules about like parties and stuff, or how many guests you can have inside at a time, which evidently this woman had rules about. So that's why it's like, okay, read the rules. Read the fine print, my guy.
Yeah, I also saw another video, which we didn't link here, by an Airbnb host saying it's different for people to stay at night and it's different to have visitors. And this host was saying in particular, I would never care how many visitors you have coming in and out. Like, yes, there's a limit because there's beds to people staying, but like, who am I to say like, you know, X amount of people can come in and out to visit this person? So people have different opinions.
Yeah, I mean, I think lots of Airbnbs have the no parties rule.
Right,
like,
but a visitor
what constitutes as a party.
Right, isn't a party, yeah.
Do you remember that it was a Verbo that we stayed in New Orleans had noise sensors?
It did?
Yeah, there was this whole thing about how it had noise sensors, and if the noise sensors went off, that like we would be fined, and I was so nervous.
Oh, that's why we kept not going outside, right? Because it wasn't more like an outside noise type thing.
I think it had to do with the neighbors, but I also think that it was just discouraging you from having parties.
Right.
But I was like, we're not having a party, but we're loud.
Yeah, we are loud.
We're loud people. And I think I might have like even messaged them and been like, hey, like we're loud. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, read the description and then.
It's hard for me to understand someone who's not an over communicator, because I think in both of our jobs and fields, we have to over communicate with a lot of people we interact with. So for this bride to not having over communicated in advance is a foreign concept.
And I would just, as a bride, having been a bride, I wouldn't have wanted to leave such a large detail to the last minute.
Correct, yes. But also,
I mean, I guess it was an assumption for her, but the fact that it occurred to her to advise the woman of the number of cars when she was already there, to me indicates that she obviously didn't read something, or she was trying to just like ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Yeah. My favorite take is what Claudio had and said, these two people are just actually the most annoying type of people, one a bride and one a landlord. So like there are no sides here because they're both wrong.
Yeah, whenever I was like, who's wrong? I'm like, column A, little column A, little column B. They're both wrong.
Yeah.
Did anyone do anything illegal? I don't think so.
But in the end, the bride got her money back from Airbnb. So a lot of people in the comments were saying, well, clearly the bride was in the right and the host was in the wrong if Airbnb immediately refunded the money. So who knows?
It would have to depend. I mean, I don't know what the
Airbnb and the Airbnb
were.
Policy, exactly.
Ugh, Airbnb is just such
That's why we stay at hotels.
Scourge
That's
on
my
this earth.
Take.
I know, but we're going to be staying at an Airbnb.
It'll be fine.
On our upcoming trip.
Also not like raging. So.
Well, and as well, we already have communicated.
Over-communicated. Exactly. So we're fine.
I've also like, I know hosts are paranoid. Like, I remember especially before we were like, if you're ever like, I'm with my husband or like our children, like they think you're responsible, which is just like a logical fallacy.
Yeah, true.
But when we were in our 20s and stuff and we would go to Airbnbs and they would be like, what is your job? You'd have to like explain that you're a responsible person and you're not going to trash the house. But I'm sure it's because people do like legitimately trash these houses. And then I've had hosts write my review and be like, there was one time when Alina and I were in Spain that they wrote on the review like, They're very young, but very responsible.
It's such a great compliment. Also, not true about you and Alina in your 20s.
Well, we behaved.
That's good. Okay, we're going to actually save our next drama talk for next week.
Or just not talk about it.
No. We're saving it for next week. We're giving...
Oh, you really like this one?
I do. We're giving the listeners a little cliffhanger because I do really like this one. So there's going to be more drama talk for next week's episode. So we'll leave it at that.
All things drama.
Yes. And thank you for the context about the eclipse. Now we know why. There's so much drama going on.
Careful with your karmic returns.
Be careful out there. And thanks for listening. See you next week.